Hi, friends.
Wait, I have to 3, 2, 1 us
Oh.
because I have to do
That's
an
right.
audio
Right.
recording for this. So 3, 2, 1. Now you can say hi, friends.
Hi, friends.
And we're back. It's Candace.
And Natalia.
And this is not a single fork in another location in
Yes.
my home.
It's pretty here.
We kind of like the sound this makes in here. But this is just another podcast about food and cooking. But we're keeping it real.
Real.
Always real.
So, Candace found, I'm going to look down a few times. I've got my phone here. I sound kind of nasally today.
Well,
What's
it's
wrong with me?
rainy.
It's raining.
It's rainy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16 essential pieces of kitchen gear under $20. So we're going to go through this and see, do we find these essential?
Well, that's always the question, isn't it?
So, but under $20, I like this. The kitchen gear you need without the big price tag.
Yeah.
So let's see. Well, this is very specific. Kuhn Recon Original Swiss Peeler 3-piece set. I mean, do I think you need a vegetable peeler? Yes.
Do you think that they got a kickback for saying that?
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
There's very
it's
specific.
okay.
But a vegetable peeler,
But those are really good vegetable peelers.
and they're not expensive.
No.
But don't you agree? People need a vegetable
Oh, yeah.
peeler.
You have to have a vegetable peeler and not your mom's leftover from 1952.
The rusty one?
The rusty one that's very dull.
Yeah, it's very dull, and you're going to try really hard to peel your vegetables, and then you're going to cut yourself.
Yeah, and you need a knife. And then you'll have to get your paring knife out and then really cut yourself.
These are all very specific.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so
but
we're
you
gonna,
know what? You don't have to be specific. Let's
I'm not
just
going
go
to.
generic. from now
Measuring
on.
spoons.
Well, the thing is about these is these will fit into spice jars.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like that
Mhm.
because I think people get nervous about how much spice they're using.
Even though there are some people out there listening that are going to think this is crazy that I'm going to say this, but I do think you need measuring spoons. And I didn't have some for a really long time, and then Jason bought them for me, and it was very helpful.
I mean, they come in handy.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no question. You don't need to, go rogue on everything that you create.
And I don't think you need multiple sets of measuring spoons.
No.
Though. I think one is sufficient.
One.
Paring knife.
I think a paring knife is important. Not for big tasks. I mean, it's for close handwork.
Yeah, in fact, I don't think my grandmother ever had a peeler. She always used a paring knife.
Yeah.
On everything.
Yeah.
So that's how
it's
I
like
learned
for,
to peel.
peeling apples and potatoes and stuff like that. Especially if you're good at it. And then you can use a paring knife. And you're really fast, too.
Yeah. 9-inch.
Yes, 9-inch. Okay.
Fine mesh strainer.
Well, I think a fine mesh strainer is a good thing to have,
Mhm.
especially because if you make things like, a gravy, if you're, experimenting with gravy or something like that, and you just pour it through the strainer, it takes all the lumps. And so then you have a nice smooth gravy.
Yeah. Or, like beans. You need to rinse beans.
Well, you can do that in a colander.
You can't do that in
That's
a colander.
thing.
But you need one of those too.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Yeah. Okay. Half sheet stainless steel roasting and cooling rack.
Rack. Oh,
Rack.
I thought you were going to say a sheet pan.
No.
Well, I think you might need one, maybe, unless you bake a lot of cookies and things like that.
If you
and then
bake, it's different.
Yeah.
You've got to keep in mind that we don't bake. So I don't have a cooling rack.
I do.
I don't
but
have
it's
one.
from the past.
And I've never needed a cooling rack at my home.
Well, I have used them actually, when I have baked things that I use them, but not frequently, and I've had them a really long time.
Yeah.
Had them a really long time.
So maybe so. It depends on how you. Now this one, half sheet pan.
Oh yeah.
The baby sheet pans. If you've watched any of our videos, we use those all the time. I do love those. I think those are the best.
Actually, those. Let's split hairs now. Those are quarter sheet pans. Half sheet pans are the ones that we use at the kitchen all the time. The bigger
really?
ones. Yeah.
I would say both.
Yeah. Well, because the ones that fit that entire rack in the 6-burner, that's a full sheet pan.
Okay.
And so a half sheet pan is half that size.
Okay.
And then a quarter sheet pan fits in half of two of them will fit in half a sheet pan. So the little ones are quarter sheet pans is what I'm trying to say.
Even though only 2 of them fit in a sheet pan?
Well, yeah, because it's a quarter of the whole hotel pan.
Oh, okay.
The whole sheet pan.
Is that crystal clear?
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, fish spatula.
Oh, and now see, I love my fish spatula.
Yeah, we do use that for a lot.
And the reason why I think they're especially good for you is that the edge is very fine, is thin.
Okay, so describe what a difference between a fish spatula and a regular spatula is.
Well, a regular spatula is like for flipping pancakes or, something like that. But if you want to flip eggs, and you want to get up underneath them, you need something that's really thin, and fish spatulas are very thin because they were originally intended for fish.
And at an angle, right? Isn't that bottom at an angle?
The edge is angled, yeah.
We should show them one.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Candace is going to grab you one. If you're not watching us, if you're just listening, you can go over to YouTube, The Girl Can Cook, and find us so that you can see what an actual fish spatula looks like.
Maybe in the dishwasher.
And you can see what we look like too. Yay! That's what you always wanted.
Hooray! Yeah.
Hooray!
It's
there it is.
It's clean. I got a squeaky stool.
I do too.
So let's try not to squeak too much. Okay.
Fish spatula. Dun dun dun.
See how thin it is?
It's very thin.
Yep, that's what you want.
Now this says a silicone flexible turner, which is what you would think of as a regular spatula.
As a regular spatula. And I don't know. I don't like those.
Why?
I don't like all that silicone stuff. I don't know why. I just don't. I mean, I know it's...
Would you rather it be metal?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that not scrape your pans? People are going to ask.
Yeah, but I use stainless steel pans, so it doesn't really scrape my pans. But yeah, it will. But, don't be so aggressive.
Well, and also, and I'm sure we're going to have a discussion about this, but you really don't need $400 pans.
Oh, no. No.
I don't know why. It's just another sales marketing ploy where they sell this beautiful. It is beautiful.
And they are beautiful.
They're beautiful. They're usually a bitch to clean.
Yeah.
And you're so worried about scratching them up that you don't actually cook in them. So you don't even use them half the time because they're so fucking expensive.
Well, and they come in a set.
Oh yeah. Well,
that's another podcast episode. Don't get me started on sets.
This says a bench scraper.
Yeah.
Do you think that's necessary?
Well, they're handy.
They are handy.
It's dough scraper, bench scraper, so that if you've chopped a bunch of stuff, or if you're making bread dough or something, you can get up underneath all your stuff in one fell swoop. You don't have to go back and forth with your knife or try to do it with your hands, and because we see a lot of that in the kitchen.
Yeah. Again, this is all relative to how you cook.
Yeah.
If we need something and you don't, then don't buy it. But people run into this thing where they're like, oh, Sally has all this stuff down the street and I need to get those.
I need it.
Yeah. And it's like,
I want.
If you're not going to use it.
I want.
A stainless steel pie pan.
They're handy.
Does it have to be stainless steel?
Well, if you have something that catches on fire and you need to turn it out, you need to put it out.
So what Candace is referring to is if you're not a member on our online cooking classes, in one of our last...
Actually, this was just the virtual class.
Oh, was it the virtual
open
class?
To everyone.
That's right, it was.
I set my kitchen on fire.
She kind of did. Yeah.
Yeah, but, I don't get to do that very often.
And then she had a stainless steel pie pan to put upside down on the fire to put the fire out.
So if nothing else, they come in handy. But if you're going to, if you bake pie, yes. Cornbread. Maybe those the cinnamon rolls, the Pillsbury cinnamon rolls that you want to put them in a round.
Yeah.
And you don't have a cake pan. I don't know.
But
if you bake pie, you want a pie pan. Simple.
Yeah. Maple wood French dowel rolling pin.
I do like those.
If you're going to pick a rolling pin, this is the kind of rolling pin you're going to pick. And why is that?
Well,
do you have one?
No, I have my one that's not.
Oh, okay. Not like that.
Yeah, it doesn't have tapered ends. It just looks like a big stick. But Back in the day, rolling pins always had handles.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know, maybe that was just the convention of the time. That was the way that they made rolling pins. But I really like a rolling pin that doesn't have handles and that you can just use your whole hand on.
Does it give you more, can you put more weight on it?
I think you can feel what you're doing better. Yeah, I really do.
I've found a few of those. I mean, not that I've used many rolling pins, but sometimes the handles get loose.
Yeah, they do.
And then you're
wonky.
I don't know what you're doing.
Wonky.
Sharpening steel.
No, I don't think general people need those.
And they come in sets. They come in your knife set.
Oh, that's true. If you buy a knife set.
If you buy a knife set, they come in your knife set.
And then you're like, what do I do with
Why
this?
do you not think general people should use that or should have that?
Well, most people don't know how to use a sharpening steel. And it's really not sharpening. What it is it's straightening your edge. And if you don't know how to use one, you end up dulling your knife.
Oh, not good.
So don't buy expensive knives in a set that come with a sharpening steel. Just buy cheap knives and buy a sharpener and sharpen them yourself. Yeah. And then when they won't hold an edge, throw them away and go buy another. Yeah, period.
Adjustable handheld mandolin slicer.
Yeah, I like mandolins.
Mandolins are good. You need to use the guard.
Well,
you have to use the guard on a mandolin. I don't care how comfortable you are in the kitchen. That fucking thing will take your hand off.
I have a couple of them.
Have you cut yourself on a mandolin before?
Well, yeah, but not very often.
Yeah, it's not good.
You have to pay attention.
Ooh, a microplane. I agree 100% with a microplane.
Yeah, and actually different hole sizes, so that you can do a really fine grate, or you can do something that's bigger.
Do you have different ones?
I do. Would you like to see them?
Yes. That's why they're watching us, so they get the bonus items of seeing this stuff.
Who knew?
Not just seeing us.
Yeah. Okay, so I have this one. And I have this one. Nope.
No, that's a spatula.
I have this one.
Okay, bring those and let's. Oh, is there more?
I have this
one.
Oh
shit! You've got 4.
I do.
And those are
more.
All microplanes.
These are all microplanes.
Okay, let's see them, and let's talk about these.
Okay, so first of all, if I get the guard off, garden variety microplane.
So if you're going to buy one,
this would be
the one you're going to buy.
Yeah, kind of a medium hole. Mm-hmm. It's good for everything.
You can get those anywhere now, can't you?
Like
Target.
Much, yeah. Well, I don't think so.
No.
I think you have to. My head.
Your head's not in the photo.
My head's not in the picture. Sorry.
Okay. My head.
I don't think you can get these at Target. But I think you can get them at Walmart.
Okay.
Because I think Target has their particular brands.
I see that.
And this isn't one of them.
Okay. So that's for everything.
That's for
everything.
Yeah. Then next, this is a fine one.
What's that for?
I use this for grating garlic and ginger and for zesting citrus.
Okay. You don't use that other one for zesting?
Typically not.
Okay.
No, I like to get a finer.
I just have that one, and I zest citrus and cheese with it.
You can.
I zest cheese with it. And
you zest cheese with it? Excellent.
Mm-hmm. What else you got?
Okay, so this one, I don't really know why I have this one, but I mean it's pretty much the same. It's when the other one is dirty.
It's the backup.
It's kind of the same grate that the other one is. It's got a handle. It's got a handle.
Okay.
A different handle.
That one's very different.
This does ribbons.
Oh, what do you want that for?
Oh, well, like if maybe like zucchini ribbons, things like that.
Could you do that on there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. See?
Have you ever used that?
No.
Oh.
No. I don't
that
think
one's
so.
really handy.
But it's cute. It's very cute.
Very cute.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to our
the tools. All the tools.
I'm so glad you have so many of them.
I have lots of tools. Essential tools.
8x3 round cake pan.
I have some cake pans, but I don't think like that. That looks very professional.
I don't have a cake pan.
I know. She uses a Dutch oven. to bake cakes.
When I want to.
I do have cake pans and I have loaf pans.
Yeah.
And pie pans.
Again, relative to what you're making.
Yeah.
Citrus juicer.
No. I mean, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it easier.
I've actually seen a lot of drink videos, bartenders using these, and I kind of like it.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I just cut it and stick a spoon in it and ream it that way.
Yeah, you don't have to have one of these.
You don't have to have one, but it is convenient and it does.
We see the benefit. We see the
benefit of that. It does a pretty good job.
Citrus melamine reamer.
That's what I was just talking about.
A spoon.
A spoon.
Yeah, you don't need one of these.
You don't really need a reamer.
No, you don't need a reamer. I think that's all of them on this. So some of these, yes,
I agree
maybe.
with most of them. I mean, it's essential things. One thing I would add, and it's not one of those necessary things, but this comes up a lot when I go to other people's houses and do like salads, and I need to dry the greens. A salad spinner.
It's so weird to me that you like a salad spinner.
I love a salad spinner.
It's so bizarre.
I have a small one and a large one.
I mean, I get it, and it does make sense, but it's just so odd to me that you have one.
Why?
It seems like a gadget that you don't need.
But it's efficient.
You know the thing that I think that's not on this list that everyone needs, but they also need to learn how to fucking use them.
Okay, lay it on me.
Is a pair of tongs.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it needs to be an extension of your hand. People that like, okay, first of all, every time you get out a pair of tongs, you don't have to go click, 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 click.
But people love that.
And then my favorite is when they're like closing it and then it opens and they're like, oh, and they were like release it onto the floor. And it's like, guys.
Sometimes they're spring loaded.
Yeah. And
which actually makes them better.
It makes them much easier to use. You have to. People really have a hard time with tongs, and I can tell that they don't cook with them. At home, I have my Sam's chef's knife, I have my tongs, and I have my high heat spatula, and those are the three things that I use all the fucking time.
Yeah.
All the time. High heat spatula, a little different from these that we talked about today. Do you have one?
I do.
You don't have one here.
Well, they're a different brand, but I have high heat. They're silicone.
They are silicone.
But it's a different kind. It's like a flexible, and they're just heat resistant.
They look like cake spatulas, but they're not because they're heat resistant. And you've got to be careful you don't use your cake spatula because it will melt. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, high heat spatulas, I use those all the time. And I know you don't use wooden spoons, but I use wooden spoons all the time.
Yeah. It's just what you're used to, guys. Yeah. Don't feel like because someone else is using something or they even were telling you or whatever that you have to run out and buy it. I'm not used to using wooden spoons, so I don't gravitate towards them.
I have a lot.
I have one.
I have a lot of wooden spoons, but I agree with you on the tongs. I have 2 sets of short ones and 1 set of long tongs.
Yes, I do too.
Long tongs.
Long tongs. And you just have to make it work for you. And how you cook. And I mean, okay, yeah, it is important to have the right tools. It makes things easier. It makes things easier in every aspect of life, you know?
Yeah.
But if you have them and you're never going to use them, then there's no fucking point in having them.
And try to find things that are, as Alton Brown would say, multitaskers, not things that you can only use for one purpose. That just doesn't make sense.
And like, again, tongs or a knife or whatever, don't be afraid to buy them cheap so that if you don't like them, you can get rid of them.
Get rid of them.
Or if something happens, you can just get rid of them and you're not afraid to use them. Because people are afraid to use expensive things.
Well, yeah. Or complicated things. Yeah. And all of these things are simple.
Very simple, and it says they're all under $20, so that's my favorite. And usually the cheaper things.
That's my fave.
The cheaper things can go in the dishwasher, which is also my favorite thing.
Another good thing.
Yes.
Another good thing.
I agree. So that was a good one. I'm glad you found that.
Yeah. Serious Eats has a lot of good information, so if you don't take their newsletter, I recommend it. Also, email us at either, I guess I shall just say mine, Candace at thegirlcancookschool.com if you have questions or comments.
Mm-hmm.
Also, listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you like to listen. And please subscribe, rate, and review. we get better and better when you do that.
Yeah, and you can do that just right at the bottom of your little page there. Just scroll down and give us 5 stars or a finger or whatever.
whatever you feel like
feels good.
Day,
we don't care if you have a shitty comment. Fucking tell us. Yeah, we'll read those out too.
Yes, please do. And in the meantime, we're going to say, stay fresh.
Gadget bags.